What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Show. In 2018, software developer Myself086 began the development of Project Nested, a piece of software that patches NES ROMs so that they can run on a Super Nintendo console. He started this as a challenge to himself to see if he could get NES games running on the Super Nintendo at 100% speed and performance. This is achieved with the development of a dynamic recompiler, one which interprets, then recompiles the code within the SNES before it executes. To this end, the NES games produced can be run on original consoles via flash carts, various emulators, and FPGA devices. In this video, I will walk you through the process of using his program to modify and produce these games so that they can be played on your Super Nintendo. Link to the tools used in the description below. Before getting started, there are a few things that you will want to keep in mind. While the games played are NES games, they are compiled as .smc files, which is a Super Nintendo ROM format. Only a few mappers are supported, and a number of games will have various accuracy issues. A lot of personal playtesting will be required to get the most out of your games. The data will need to be processed, then rebuilt into the next ROM iteration for smoother gameplay. Here are the emulators which can successfully run Project Nested games. Getting started, you'll first want to pick an SNES emulator or device that can generate SRM files as you play. I recommend you use SNES 9X, though flash cards such as the FX Pack Pro can also be used. You'll also need to be mindful of where the .srm files are stored. For both the SNES 9X and FX Pack Pro, the .srm files will be saved in the Saves folder. These files will be used in the recompiling of the games within the program. Myself086 has created a compatibility sheet for each of these possible games. Keep this sheet open in a browser tab and reference it as you convert games over. It will have notes on particular settings that need to be checked off prior to compiling. Head to the Project Nested GitHub, then click on Releases. Download the Project Nested zip file. On the desktop, create a folder and name it Project Nested, then extract the contents of the zip into the folder. Take this time out to move your NES ROMs into the folder. Click on the .exe to open the program. Here you will be able to immediately select and convert NES files. Click on Open NES, then navigate to the file you wish to convert. With the game loaded, you'll see a number of settings that you can toggle on or off. Reference the compatibility sheet, then toggle on the settings that appear in the notes. Once checked over, hit the Save SNES button to compile the game. The program will produce a playable ROM file that you may now run with your emulator of choice. In this example, I'll click on the file to run SNES 9X and give it a playtest. As you play through the game, various calls to the game's code will be logged in the .srm file. Once you're done with a play session, grab the .srm file from the Saves folder, Then copy it over to the Project Nested folder. In the Project Nested program, click on Load SRM, then select the .srm file you moved over. The program will show you how many calls it processed during the playthrough. Click on Save SNES again to build a new ROM file of the game. This process will assist in speeding up and smoothing out the gameplay for the next playthrough. Be sure to continue to copy over and roll the updated .srm files into each successive build. There seems to be no upper limit on how many times you can rebuild a file, though sometimes you will run into errors that will make your ROM unplayable. Game profiles can be saved to assist with the build process. Be sure the profile names match the names of the ROM files. As this is an ongoing project, you'll want to keep in mind that the emulation isn't perfect and that you'll come across crashes due to stack overflow, amongst other issues. If you do come across major issues, the developer recommends that you report it over on his GitHub, where he has been the most active. If you want to see what the project is capable of, I recommend you check out Caboose's Retro Obscurities channel for some of his gameplay videos. This project has also spun off into a few other interesting projects, such as the original Zelda and Mega Man 4 enhanced with MSU1 audio. I'd like to give a shout out to Myself086 for developing this interesting project for us to use. If you like his work and would like to contribute, he has a Patreon that I'll link in the description below. He's currently working on his version 1.5 update, which promises custom palettes alongside a slew of improvements to the code. Be on the lookout for it. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. What do you think of Project Nested? Do you have any questions for me concerning this video? Let me know in the comments section. If you like this video, consider dropping a sub or a like. Also, why not check this video out? Peace.